The transaction brings about $1.5 million in annual ARway revenue, about 1.5 million in profit. I mean, it's a very profitable business. So it's immediately accretive from a revenue perspective.
Welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Evan Gappelberg. He is the CEO of Nextech3D.ai. And Evan, good to see you again. How are you?
I'm good. Great to be back, Steve.
Yeah, last time you and I talked on one of our live stream events, you were engaging in a number of questions from investors and people, and one of the questions that popped up was about ARway and the plans to reacquire that and move it back into the main company of Nextech. And you've got a bit of an update on that today.
Yeah, we are moving forward. This acquisition of the remaining ownership of ARway is not a traditional acquisition. We already own about 40% of ARway. We've spent years integrating the technologies, the customers, and the product strategy. So what changes now really is just the ownership structure. We move from operating, two companies really as one company and one platform and one engineering team and one go-to-market strategy. And so the immediate, impact is the transaction brings about $1.5 million in annual ARway revenue, about 1.5 million in profit. I mean, it's a very profitable business. So it's immediately accretive from a revenue perspective and further, really pushes us into this software-driven revenue business, which is what we're in, and it simplifies things for our shareholders, which is a big deal because we have been hearing from shareholders, like what's up with ARway, what's up with Nextech, and we get asked questions even about Toggle, which was another spin-off that we're selling. So simplifying the corporate structure, Steve, eliminating unnecessary duplication, streamlining operations, and really creating a much more scalable organization.
And ARway is obviously key to the work that you're doing right now. I mean, that's what the big bottom line of all this is. The AR is an important one.
It is. I mean, our goal, as we've said, is to become the operating system for live events. Every acquisition, everything we do supports that vision. The synergy is already there. ARway has been showing strong growth. Gross margins are 90% plus. So, this is not something that we feel should continue as a standalone company. So when you look at Nextech, our sales momentum is accelerating. ARway is part of that. We're seeing larger enterprise deals, multi-year contracts, specifically on MapD. We used to sign one-year contracts exclusively. Almost every deal now is multi-year, 2-year, 3-year, 4-year contracts. And so that's a very big deal. As a shareholder, our shareholders should feel really good about that because it really makes our business a lot less speculative, where, every year you have to, worry, are you going to sign the customer up again? And now you don't. And so that's a very, very big deal. And from where I'm sitting, all I see is enormous, enormous growth, especially on the back of our AI that we're building, which we've communicated to shareholders, both on the MapD side, on the ARway side, on the Event Deck side, on the Crafty Labs intelligence side. AI is a big part of our growth, and we're seeing a dramatic increase in the value of our customers just because all these platforms that we operate are now getting infused with AI, and the customers are loving it.
Yeah. And this is all supposed to be wrapped up hopefully by October. Is that the idea?
That is the idea. I mean,
Okay. I know
we've been working.
lawyers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The lawyers, the auditors. I mean, this is a very, we're regulated like all other public companies, and so there's a lot of legalese, a lot of paperwork that goes back and forth to get this done. But just in closing, Steve, this acquisition about ARway is much more than adding 1.5 million in annual revenue. It's really creating a simpler company, a stronger platform, a more efficient organization, and a significantly larger growth opportunity combined with accelerating sales momentum that we're seeing across the business. So from where I'm sitting, I believe Nextech is entering the most exciting growth phase in our company's history, and the ARway piece is a part of that story for sure.
All right, we'll leave it there, Evan. Thank you so much. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Steve.
Evan Gappelberg, the CEO of Nextech3D.ai.